Hello again, gang. Welcome back to the channel. Jayhuahua here. It's another Football Manager 2023 experiment, and today it's another deep dive into those hidden attributes, and we're looking at consistency. Probably my favourite hidden attribute of them all. I mean, obviously they're all great and you want them as high as possible, but the one that I look for, that dark green consistency as opposed to that vicious, horrible, red, inconsistent icon. So yeah, we've got two players. We've got the highest consistency versus the lowest consistency. Same potential, same all that other jazz that's in the other experiments, and we're about to go into this experiment and see just how important consistency is, not only to a career, but to player development as well. Without further ado, let's jump in. And for those of you who are playing along at home with the names, you know I love a bit of alliteration, so take yourself a point if you chose Inconsistent Ian and Consistent Klaus with K's. There were no prizes for guessing the names, but, you know. So here we go then. We've got Inconsistent Ian, who is English, and we've got Consistent Klaus, who is German. 90 current ability, 200 potential ability, both centre forwards. And yes, as I alluded to, consistency is 1 for Ian, and of course, for Klaus, it's 20. The rest of the hidden attributes are 20, as is always the case in these hidden attribute deep dives that we do on the channel. So that is all there is to say in this introduction part of the video. As is customary, what club are they going to go to first is the question on everyone's lips and on mine. Let's jump through a year, see where they go. Okay, so Ian has gone to Aston Villa, who've got state-of-the-art youth facilities, and Consistent Klaus, he must have had a second nationality of Polish. I didn't notice that. So we've now got an English and so we've got an English person and a Polish person. That's fine. Not a problem. Klaus is playing for Wolfsburg under-19s. He's made one appearance for them from the bench. And as we've seen, he's moved up to 111. Wolfsburg have got great training facilities as well. Ian at Aston Villa with state-of-the-art facilities, 109 current ability, and he's yet to make an appearance for them. Lots of appearances for probably the under-18s, I would have thought. Yeah, Aston Villa under-18s, as we can see. Okay, so for some reason, Klaus is valued a bit less than Ian. That's probably because, why? Why is that? Does he play for Wolfsburg? It's not like the German league's that much worse than the Premier League. Ian's consistency is still at 1 as well, just for those of you who are asking. I see you. And check his consistency. I've checked it. All right, chill out. Yeah, so again, not a lot to say at this point. They're not playing yet, so we're not going to bother looking at if anyone's winning any trophies because they haven't, have they? It's going to be a 3-year jump. But before we do, we're going to early beg for subscribers. We've got a big push. I'm scrambling for those subscribers. And the reason I'm asking so early on is because the amount of new viewers to the channel is very, very low. The amount of returning viewers is very, very high. Thank you very much if you're a returning viewer, and thank you very much if you're already subscribed. However, 70% of you who are watching these videos are not subscribed, and about 15% of you are new viewers. That's telling me that there's about 55% of you that aren't subscribed but keep coming back. Make it easy for yourself. Just subscribe. Make my day. But yeah, see you in 3 years. Well. They're both still in the same place. Ian's at Villa. Klaus is at Wolfsburg. United, Milan and Juve want Klaus. 155 out of 200. We'll start with Klaus, where he went on loan to Hamburger SV in the Bundesliga 2, got 19 and 30, and then Wolfsburg said, we'll have a bit of that. He got 16 and 33. Now every bugger wants him. Well, some European teams do want him. But Inconsistent Ian, well, let me tell you, 163. He's improved much faster than Klaus. The consistency has not had a blind bit of difference in terms of that. However, 15 and 45 for Stoke at 6.69 and a 15 and 38 for Aston Villa at 6.87. He's got a 6.77 overall for his career, whereas Klaus so far has got a 7. So I'm thinking that the inconsistency of Ian is making him not perform as well in some of those other games. Is his consistency still down at 1? It's not. It's gone up to 2. He's doubled his consistency already. In 4 years, he's doubled his consistency. That is quick. Not quick. He has been capped for England, though, as Ian. 1 cap, no goals. Whereas Klaus, of course, 5 in 8 for Poland. Poland are a much lesser nation, so they are going to be calling Klaus up much sooner. Being said, Harry Kane's still playing for England, so it's going to be much harder for him to get in the squad because I think Robert Lewandowski's probably going to have retired, isn't he? Be real. No, he hasn't. Well, that's shut me up, hasn't it? He is 37, though. He's probably on his way, his old Rob. But that's very interesting. So, inconsistent Ian has improved at a much faster rate than Klaus. He's got better training facilities, and he has played arguably more. So, it seems consistency has not made one bit of difference to his development. It's just his overall performances. We will remember that Klaus is about 0.23 ahead in terms of the overall for the career. I mean, we will be checking back in on this periodically, but I'm thinking Klaus should, in theory, have a better career than Ian for average performance. Average rating, sorry. But we're not going to find that out by just sitting here hypothesizing. No, we're going to have to simulate forward. So, another 3? Yeah, we'll go 3 more years because I think Klaus is going to get a big money move. I feel it. Ian's probably going to move from Villa as well, to be fair. Can't see him staying at Villa. Let's move 3 years. Sorry. Let's travel forward 3 years and see if any of these move. Okay, we're back in 2029 and we are just heading through. They've both gone to Chelsea. Right, Ian is on 200. Klaus is on 190. Both being capped internationally. So Klaus moved for 101 million. Well, 95 million, but potential add-ons 101 million. And you got 25 in 32. Ian moved for 112 million. Only just. So back-to-back seasons, they've moved. I will say, Ian, he did get a 7.12 down here, 26 in 38. 7.12 seems low for 26 in 38. That's a good goal return. Considering he only got 3 assists and 4 player of the matches. Here he got a 7.10. Less assists, considerably less goals, less player of the matches. 6.94 overall for his career for Ian. And he's had a big money move to Chelsea. Klaus, on the other hand, he's at 7.2. His most recent season for Chelsea, 7.56. 25 goals in 32 games. 31 of them starts. 4 assists, 5 player of the matches. Both players as well have been trained as a number 10 attacking midfielder. So, are we going to see them both play together at Chelsea? Graham Potter in charge. Awkward. So Ian's unregistered. Cannot be registered for the next match. He needs to be, So are they going to battle against each other? And is one of them going to play a lot more? That's going to ruin the experiment, isn't it? Chelsea have won the league the last 2 years as well. Do you know what? I thought they might have done, considering I just saw their team. You've got Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, who, of course, Enzo Fernandez moved in real life. So he's a very good player. He's now transfer listed by request, actually, for £63 million. Not sure why that would be. We've got Moises Caicedo, who's just very, very good. You've still got Fofana, who's fantastic. Reece James, of course. Josko Gvardiol. Chelsea have absolutely got a who's who. They've got what's his name? Brennan Johnson from Forest. But they've now got Klaus and Ian going forward. Bayern have basically won the league every year, apart from Leipzig did take it in 24-25. Wolfsburg didn't win it at all. I was just wondering if they did get any trophies. Sadly, they didn't. Of course, Aston Villa haven't won the league either. So, Ian's got there first. Let's check his consistency, shall we? While we're here, while we're at it. His consistency is now up at 3. He's 10 attribute points better off than Klaus. Are Chelsea going to play him a lot more? This is going to be interesting now because they're both at the same club. They're both going to be basically the same ability. Will the AI choose the player in form over the player that has got slightly better attributes? Or are they going to try and shoehorn them both into the team? As a comparison, Ian is better defensively, aerially, and in terms of speed. Of course, he is 10 attribute points better off, as I've alluded to already. His crossing's much better. Great pace. Well, food for thought, isn't it? I'm very curious as to what's going to happen through the rest of this, and hopefully you are too. But before we do jump forward, it's going to be 5 years. We're going to go right into the meat and potatoes of this experiment. But before we do jump those 5 years, if you're still watching and you like this kind of content, drop a like on the video. It really helps the algorithm more than you know, or you might know. It helps out a lot. So yeah, I'm not going to patronise you. Say you don't know. You might know. If you don't know, it does a lot. Drop a like on it. Anyway, that's the point of it. God, that was long-winded. Let me know down below what you thought. Go and check some of the other ones out as well. Big deep dives on loads of these attribute breakdowns. So I'm doing the hard works, so you don't have to. Put that on a t-shirt. Yeah, 5 years then. Right. Well, 200 out of 200 for both of them. Klaus is a model professional and Ian is a professional. Eagle-eyed viewers who have been here before will realise that I have added this personality column in here because I think it's interesting, isn't it, to know what their personality is at a snapshot. Because I have the varied hidden attributes and everything. Actually, for a different experiment I've put it on for, but that's not come out yet, or even been recorded. But it's about a lot of mercenaries, because we all hate that personality type. Or do we? Anyway, that's another experiment. That's another video. Spoilers. Teasers. If you haven't subscribed and you want to see that, well, you best subscribe. Put that notification bell on. That's double subscription beg in this episode. Tell how much I want them, don't you? Right, they're both still at Chelsea. 91 caps for Klaus, 89 for Ian. Brilliant that they're actually at different international teams, because the same international team, it'd be even worse. 73 and 89 for Ian, and Klaus has got 75 in 91. What's interesting is they have actually both played quite a lot. So let's have a look at Klaus's statistics first. He's played, and he looks like he's playing as centre forward, because he's scored a very high return of goals. And he has 57 games, 43 goals from the striker position. 3 in 3 from the attacking midfield central position. Ian is, well, he's starting less, and he's coming off the bench quite a bit. So for a £112 million signing, he's underwhelmed. Look at this, 6 in 29. And he's playing more as a number 10. Scoring a lot of goals, to be fair. 16 in 24. We've got 23 in, 49 overall, but 29 starts. So he's actually scoring quite well. He's now past 7 for the average rating for his career, 7.03. I'm not in the way, fortunately. And since he went to Chelsea, he's never fallen below a 7. His worst season was 7.07 last year, where he got just the 7 league goals, 24 league appearances, but 11 of those were from the bench. So Ian is playing second fiddle to Klaus. And Klaus is at 7.33, so he's 0.3 ahead in terms of his average rating for the career. And you can understand why he's playing week in, week out. 7.6, 7.54, 7.47, 7.54 again, 7.56. His worst season, 7.17 for Chelsea. To be fair, Ian's worst season for Chelsea is 7.07. And every other season's better than the 7.17. So he is still playing well. What's his consistency saying, though? He's now up at 8. So his consistency's up at 8 at the age of 27 years old. So he has improved his consistency. He's playing second fiddle, though, because his consistency is considerably worse than Klaus's, in my opinion. I think that's what we're taking away from this experiment, and I'm very interested by that. So I feel quite justified in wanting consistency in my players. I mean, even if this didn't yield the results that I expected, I would still be looking for consistency in my players, because no result in this experiment would have changed my mind. So it's kind of pointless to do it, but I was interested just to see if my point could be validated, really, and it looks like it is being. So yeah, pat on my back for predicting, well, the predictable. I mean, all of you could have probably predicted this. It's not a surprise, is it? We're not shocked. If anyone's shocked, let me know in the comments. Q no comments. Tell you what, if you're not shocked, let me know in the comments. Right, 27 years old. Should we go and have a look if Ralph's been the England manager? What's Ralph doing? Because if he's not been the England manager, he might have gone. He hasn't. So we had Unai Emery. It's all gone downhill for him after he left. I say downhill. He's gone to be England manager. He let Matey Boy go from Aston Villa, probably. He's now the manager of Holland. Oh, Ralph Hasenhutl's gone. Ralph's already gone. So there's no Ralph. Ralph Watch is not happening. Well, it's happened, but we couldn't find him. Hide and go, Ralph. Yeah. It's been a very weird, scatty episode. It's more scatty than normal, I feel. I think I've been a bit all over the place. I tell you what, it's Friday night. It's 21 minutes past 6 at the time of recording. And I've had a very long week. And I'm actually working Sunday as well, unusually. So I've not got a lot of time to record these videos. Normally, I probably would have just chilled out and just whatever. But I'm knackered. And it might be coming across. If he's more scatty than usual, I can only apologise. But half of you come back for that anyway. So if you're new to the channel, it's not much better than this on a regular basis. So if you're not enjoying it, but if you are enjoying it, go and watch all the others, because this is exactly what it's like all the time. What am I on about? Right, let's just jump through. You go to 30, 31, let's go 4 years. Right, Klaus has now gone down to 199. Ian's a model professional. Right, firstly, let's have a look at Ian's. He's gotten to model professional, which means his consistency has probably gone up. Consistency is now at 13. Was it 13 last time? It might have been. Let's look then. Right, so Ian is playing a lot this most recent season. Season before, he didn't play loads. And he's played as a striker mostly this season. Interesting. Which leads me to wonder, right, Klaus, for some reason, they've decided Klaus is no longer the boy. This was the season after. So yeah, again, he played all the time. Forward, This one he played a bit less and only got 20 goals. I think he probably had an injury. 7.51. And he got 7.55. Double figures for assists and got over 20 goals. That's such a return. Did he play some of those games from attacking midfield? He might have done. Not sure. But this season, 16 starts, 14 from the bench, 13 goals. And he's played the majority of his games this season from the number 10. Not sure why they've decided to just change it all up. I am now in the way. We've got a 7.36 for Klaus overall, and his most recent season was the 7.36 as well. So he hit his career average in this most recent season. Ian is now up at 7.1, and he's just got a 7.48, which is his best season to date in terms of, not in terms of goals, because he got 26 for Villa there, but the only other time he's got over 20 goals was then. His second best goal tally, his highest assist tally, his highest player of the match tally, and I don't think that's any coincidence that his consistency has now moved up to 13 and beyond the threshold of being rubbish. So it's taken till he's about 30, but he's now starting to make that position his own. He was playing a lot in the number 10, and it's still getting over 7s to be fair. But I think overall for the career, I think he's going to play worse than Klaus overall. And Chelsea have just been absolutely dominating the Premier League. They've won it so many times. But Arsenal won it the most recent season by 3 points. Chelsea's goal difference was much better as well. They both won on the final day. I mean, Chelsea won the last 5. So, they did really well, did Chelsea there. So, Klaus and Ian, 31 years old, 2038. Should we jump to... We just find the end of their careers. I think it's about time we find the end of their careers. I'm tired. You're probably tired of watching this one now. I just feel it's been so... It's very on brand, this is, because I feel like this has been a very inconsistent video. I feel like I've been channeling my inner Ian. Right, come on then. Let's get a bit of Klaus on the go. Or let's try and end a bit more like Ian. A bit more consistency. Right, we're going to go to the end and let's get a bit... Let's pay attention. Right, so we're going to go to the end and... Yeah. See what happens. Question is, who will retire first, if any of them? Or will they both retire at the same time? They've both gone in 2044. Ian is retiring. Klaus is gone. So, should we have a look if... Consistent Klaus did not become a staff member. He got 115 and 136 for Poland. 292 goals in 470 for Chelsea. We do need to go back and look at him. I just wanted to see if he became a staff member. Ian, we will just look briefly. His most recent season was a 7.13. Let's have a look at his attributes, hidden attributes. His consistency has now risen to 17. 17 for consistency from 1. That's impressive, isn't it? 7.15 in the season just gone, the previous season. He's got 7.13 overall, so he's going to have had the worst career. I'm almost certain of it. I can't see him not having the worst career. Klaus hasn't dropped to that low level, surely. Go back to 2042. Here's Klaus. He's now retiring at 177. So Ian's fallen off quicker. And he's retiring at 170 at 35. Oh, God, I'd reconsider retirement. Reconsider Klaus. I'd be talking to him. So he looks like he's taken back over the role of regular starter. That being said, yeah, he started pretty much every game. After that season where we saw he had loads of substitute appearances, and in this season, he was just playing as the forward striker. He didn't even play as the number 10 once. Whereas Ian, 17 appearances off the bench. So Ian fell back into being a striker off the bench or starting as number 10. That's pretty much it. 6 in 22 as being a striker. There must have been a lot of his substitute appearances, surely. Surely, right? But they've been here for, 12, 13 years? In terms of the Premier Division, oh God, wow. They've not won it in the last 5. They've come second and third most recently. Surely they've got some more Champions Leagues. They have. They've won 4 Champions Leagues during the experiment. Man City and United winning the most recent 2. And Milan the season before. And look at this. 3 runners-up in a row. 2 wins. Runners-up. Winners. Not in the final. Winners. Runner-up. So in 10 years... Chelsea have only failed to make the final once. 2034-35. Where they got knocked out 4-3 by Manchester United. They got to the semis that year. So in the last 10 years, they got to the semis every year and the final 9 times out of 10, winning 4 of them. 5 runner-ups, though. That's very unfortunate for Graham Potter's Chelsea and our boys. The one problem with Matey Boy being for Poland is I don't think there's going to be much international accolades for him, which is unfortunate. Looking at Klaus then, he's ended his career with a 7.37. And as we saw, Ian, yes, a 7.13. So 0.24, nearly a quarter of a rating point, the difference between their careers, and that is all down to the consistency, isn't it? A lot more goals for Klaus, of course. In terms of England, Josh Laurent is the current manager. Who else has been manager? Sean Dyche did too so. Alessio Dionsi was the only English manager to get sacked. Right, so here we go. Let's have a look at international accolades then. Portugal, England, France, Belgium, Spain. So we've had England who've won the Euros here. And there's another World Cup for them. Portugal beat Switzerland. England then beat Portugal. Then they lost to Brazil. France beat Argentina. And then England just lost to Germany. Third place, Belgium. 3 times out of 5 in this experiment. Let's look at Football of the Year then. And it's just been Klaus. Ian not once. Ian has not won it once, but Klaus has won it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times for Klaus. 6 times in a row. Then Enzo Rosselli has only just taken it, 34 years old. Golden Ball, again. Ian's won 1 though. Ian has won 1. 6 for Klaus, not 6 in a row this time, but he has still won it considerably more than Ian. As expected. What did you expect? World Team of the Year, all seasons. Klaus, consistent Klaus up front. Inconsistent Ian, nowhere to be seen. So yeah, that is the end of this experiment, I think. What have we learnt today, ladies and gentlemen? That consistency is very important. Of course, we knew that prior. Attributes can override inconsistent players, but they will still fail to live up to the hype in certain scenarios. The AI will favour consistency. Even when Ian was rated better, Klaus was still playing more regularly for Chelsea. But it is interesting that with other good attributes as well, they will still develop, and if they're inconsistent and you don't want them on your team, develop them, sell them on, make that money, because both of them went for over £100 million. And I dare say if someone came in for Ian, they might have cost them about 150, 160, 170 million pounds later in the experiment. But alas, that did not happen. I hope you've enjoyed yourself today, gang. I've had a very good time making this one. Consistency was something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I finally got there, finally got through it. The results are as expected, but it's nice to put that rubber stamp of validation on my initial sort of thoughts and like what I predicted would happen, what I expect to happen with that sort of hidden attribute breakdown. So, like I said, like the video if you haven't already, subscribe if you've not already. Let me know in the comments down below of whether you like this, what you do differently, or other experiments that you'd like to see on the channel. But most importantly, take good care of yourselves, gang, and I'll see you soon.